4 of them game winners. Leafs would love another one tonight. Puck comes back out to the top of the point. Knocked down there by Pollock. Pollock gets it up. Kessel zips it in front. They jam away on it. And how did he pull that rabbit out of the hat? And Winnick just dropping it back. Leafs will set the floor. Bruins make a couple of changes. Gardner gains that blue line, dishes off. Here's Kadri, cuts to the middle, chopped one on goal. Rask dropped the pad down to keep that out of harm's way, to say the least. Bozak up after it, looking for it for the Leafs. Puck knocked down. Here's Panik. Kessel shooting. That great quick release, but he was wide of the mark that time. Blocking that puck with his what we'll comfortably call his midsection. Winnick snaps it across in front. Here's Kadri, backhand shot, point blank. Well, the interesting thing about that is it was the play of the night on the American Sports Network ESPN. Get back to that in a moment. Kessel comes down, puck scores! Kessel, big chance, big shot, and the big goal. Leafs lead.
You talk about his release, Paul. Here it is. Phil Kessel, quick little 2-on-1, and just leans on that thing. High riser over the blocker of Tuukka Rask, but he plays the chances. Trotman tries to seal the wall. It bounces out to the middle, and it's Kessel all the way. No mistake. Coming along the boards here. Takes a bit of an awkward bounce out to the middle. Does it hit the linesman? Maybe someone on the bench.
What a horse. 900 NHL games. Tonight is 900th, as we mentioned. Leafs back in. Smith right in front of the net. And trying to combine there with Levo. Puck back to the line. Romanov shoots. Keep it in there. Van Riemsdyk not able to win the puck. Lucic works it out quickly. Griffith out through the middle. Number 53 couldn't corral it. Leafs back in. Kessel right there. He's been dangerous. Riley at the blue line, Komarov over there too, but the Leafs can't come up with it. Smith going towards the net. Shot comes in. Smith was right there looking for the rebound. Gardner hoeing at it. And Campbell still trying to wrap that puck loose, but he couldn't get it. Comes back out though. Payet moved it over. Shot point blank and stopped. And Hell walking in off the left side. Soderberg gets it out. Nobody really in front. It was a pretty poor angle there for Eriksson. Now it comes in. Eriksson looking for it. Soderberg too. He got a good look on the second swat. And McQuaid gets it down. Marchand slams on the brakes. Shakes off the man. Gets it back. McQuaid tight ropes along the line. Got the shot away. Tipped wide by Smith. Comes off the boards and grabbed and smothered by Bernier. Marchand. Hamilton snaps it across. Seidenberg shooting. Rebound in front. Smith chops at it. And it's covered up by Bernier. First time in 4 games the Leafs haven't allowed a goal in the first 11 minutes. And we're well past 11 minutes and counting. They're up 1-0. Wrist shot fired there by Komarov. The aforementioned Leo with 7 shifts in that first period, 4 hits. He leads the Leafs in hits. And here's Kessel with it, who leads the Leafs in goals, and he gets another one. Wow. Again, what a release. And it's 2-0.
Phil Kessel feeling it with that wrist shot tonight. What a play here by Tyler Bozak. 1 poke to get it loose. A second poke to get the quick break. Drives the net. Clears out a lane for Phil Kessel. And then it's that stick handle and release mid-handle that gets away so quickly. Fools Tuukka Rask. As you see him just lean on that stick.
Bouncing it in. A weird bounce. The puck sort of landed and curled away. Back the other way for the Leafs. Holland. From wide, rebound, scores! Bang, bang! Riley scores it. 3-0. Oh, baby, the Leafs strike quickly with 2 quick ones, and it's 3-0.
Morgan Riley starts it in his own end. Quick wheels, gains some ice. ice and then doesn't slow down. Peter Holland through neutral ice. This shot is not trying to score, but to look for a rebound, and Tuukka Rask kicks it right out onto the blade of Morgan Rielly, and he slams it into the empty net, but that's not good rebound control for Tuukka Rask. He's not happy right now as he comes over the bench as Boston has called a timeout.
Lots of time to go on the power play for the Leafs. Puck tapped in front, scores! Bozak! Power play goal for Bozak, and Rask not up to the task tonight. He gets the hook.
That's it for Tuukka Rask as the power play clicks for the Toronto Maple Leafs. And it's a disjointed play. Leafs going for a change, but on the quick counter, 2-on-1, Bozak kicks it over to Van Riemsdyk, drives the net and tips it over the pad under the glove. It's not good defense for the Boston Bruins. And Rask stole one from Tyler Bozak in the first shift of the game. He gets him back and ends Tuukka Rask's night.
Holland in over the line. Santorelli moving in. Does he get a shot? Yes, he does. Rebound comes down. Komarov back out to the line. Gardner tips it over. Komarov shoots. Oh, Svedberg knocked that away. Lucic in over the blue line, going for the net wide. Kelly coming down the middle. Lucic trying to find it here in the corner, and he does. Krug shoots, tipped in front, and Bernier is there with the save. Couldn't get the shot away, but he knifes it towards the front of the goal. Kessel's up there. He's got it. Centered it in front of the net. Bozak with a chance. Now he's got it back. Plays it to Finna at the blue line. Works it up there. Leafs really rolling now. Franson shoots straight on. Svedberg's got it. Visions of a second dancing in his eyes. Gardner works it across. Kessel works it over. Franson, top of the point. Gardner shooting. Scores! Gardner fired the shot. Van Riemsdyk was in front. I think he may have tipped it. We'll see. But what is certain is it's 5-0.
Well, now the Leafs are just having fun on the power play, snapping it around, working the seams, and there you see, is it Tyler Bozak? Is it Van Riemsdyk? Certainly changed directions for sure in front of Svedberg. And I think it's a tip before it gets down to Van Riemsdyk. Perhaps one of the Boston Bruins defenders get a better look at it. Van Riemsdyk's not even looking. Oh, it does hit his stick when he's not even looking at it. He spun to get out of the way.
Looks as though it's going to go crumbling down in smoke and ash. Puck rolls around. Oh, chipped on goal quickly there by Smith. And now it'll come back to him. Walks it across the blue line, up to Hamilton. Bergeron snakes his way to the high slot, tried to tip it. Soderberg in front too, couple of whacks. Soderberg up along the boards. Here's Bergeron, waits. Nice little dish to Smith, scores!
No goal. Soderberg interference in front. Trumpy just rang that one off the iron.
Yeah, I heard it. Ting. Paille picks it up. Lucic and Griffith out towards the front, but the Lucic, Seidenberg, wrist shot, scores! It was tipped on the way through. Gagne, I believe, will get it.
Gagne either confirming or denying. No, CMC 44. He didn't get a piece of that one. Long shift. Bruins working it outside. Well, quick wrister, and Komarov and Gagne dragging in front of Bernier. He loses sight of this puck. Good release by Seidenberg, and Bernier just misses that one over the pad, under the blocker, and you see Gagne say, I didn't get it. He's got plenty over his career.
So Seidenberg does not get the goal. And Hamilton picks up an assist. Here comes Kessel. Can he do it? Stopped.
It's a bad loss against a team playing well against them.
Here's Panik on the giveaway. Walks in, shooting. Svedberg, nice stop. Flicked out that left pad. He's looked okay coming on in relief. Shot comes in. He stops that one. Holland works it up. Here's Santorelli after it. Zipped on goal there by Gardner and covered up by Svedberg. Had a 4-0 lead early in the third period, so at this same stage they were very much in control. Kadri plays it back to the blue line. Riley with it. Fires a wrist shot in, and that is grabbed and held by Svedberg. Slips the noose and plays it up ahead. Clarkson wasn't able to control it. Puck comes across. Griffin looking, walks in, shoots, and staring him down was Bernier.
You're not in Kadri tonight. You want out there power play time. You want a part of it. But given that Bozak, Kessel, and James Van Riemsdyk have all scored.
Here's Holland walking in, scores! And the Lesser Lights step into the spotlight. It's 6-1.
Don't tell Peter Holland that. He's been a power play player his entire career. Let me see Svedberg, middle of the shift right there. Taking it easy. You might want to focus a little earlier than that as he kind of gets lost as Holland beats the defender to the front of the net. Good strength here. That's Louis Eriksson. And then chips it back against the grain.
Bruins in a power play here. Franson off for tripping. And the puck towards the front, jabbing away at it. Trying to force the issue was Soderberg. Morrow lost the puck. Leafs on the power play up. And they are full worth for a 6-1 victory over the Boston Bruins. That's it.